You're listening to the Magnetic Boss Podcast. I'm your host, Calandra Martin, intuitive brand designer for spiritual entrepreneurs. The Magnetic Boss Podcast is where visionaries come together to openly share wisdom and authentic conversations. I know that you are ready to leave your legacy in the world and become sought out in your industry. I also know that you are sick and tired of getting overlooked. You're ready to have a magnetic business. I'm here to help you create your magnetic brand. It's my mission to help you show up confidently with a professional, irresistible online presence. If you're in this for the long game and all in on the big vision you have for your business, let's dive in. If you are done playing small, if you are ready to finally convert and actually make incredibly good money in your business, I want you to really lean into this episode. I was driving the other day and I had this download come through, and thank goodness for ChatGPT because I poured my transcription into it and it helped me with creating a really powerful social media post. So right from the get-go here's a little tip. If you are somebody who doesn't like to sit down and write content, but you have a motorized throat like yours truly, then speak your message and utilize things like AI to turn it into content. So I was driving and I was having this revelation, really, this knowing of people are fucking stupid if they don't hire me. And I know that sounds a little conceited, but here's the thing. Here is the thing. It's not that I think that I'm better than anyone else, right? I am very humble in the sense that I believe that we are all on the same playing field. We are all on the same level. We are all human. Nobody is on a pedestal. There are people out there that maybe have figured things out in a different journey than you, but that doesn't mean that you're not entirely capable, right? And I'm at a point in my life and my business where I know that I'm the best at what I do. And I have clients come to me occasionally. Most of the women that come to me and are ready to work with me have no doubts, but there are people that come to me and they are not sure, right? They want to shop around, they want to price compare, they want to tiptoe around what result they are trying to create, and they go in a different direction. That is fine, right? Fine with me. Misaligned clients, happy to let them go. But I also know that I'm the best at what I fucking do. And I don't think that I'm better than anyone else in a lot of ways, but I also see so many things going wrong when it comes to branding and design. And I see people, and I've had clients come to me who have hired people in this industry who promised one thing and delivered half-ass results. So the reason that I share this with you is because your energy in your brand is what needs to shift. Because I've learned this the hard way. If you're begging for a sale, you are discrediting your leadership, right? Begging for the sale. It's not leadership. It is not attracting the type of people that are going to pay you really well. Discounting your offers, not a strategy. And I've been there. I have run the promos. I have slashed my prices. I have given discounts when I really should have charged 3 or 4 times more. That's not a strategy. That is maybe a quick way to make some cash, does not build longevity, and also really breaks trust with your audience. And if you're hoping that someone does you a favor and hires you for a project or for a small one-off session, you're never going to scale your business. You're never going to have the success that you desire. And I have proven this, and I have seen this time and time again, that the women who lead industries, they don't tiptoe, they don't whisper, they don't wait for the invitation. They curate their brands like the empires that they are. They claim it, and they claim it loudly, right? They stand in their zone of genius. They own their brilliance. And they bring an attitude to their visibility that is like, fuck what you think, right? Like, respectfully, fuck what you think. If you think that you can go find somebody else to do it cheaper, then go find them, right? Because the thing is that the women that are running the industries, the people that are running these empires and becoming well-known household names, they don't give a shit what somebody who wants to pay them less than 50% of their standard rate is. So your genius, it might look similar on paper to somebody else's, but at the end of the day, the thing that differentiates you in the market, in the industry, whatever it is that you are in, right? You could be a copywriter, you could be a health coach, you could be a somatic healer, you could be a Reiki practitioner. I don't care what industry you're in. In order to differentiate yourself in the market, your energy, your certainty, and your unapologetic, no fucks given, knowing, that is the difference, right? If you study or have ever been in rooms with women who society would label more successful, you will see this. You will see this pattern, and I know I've seen this firsthand. Comparison and imposter syndrome, they don't sell, they don't feel good, they don't work. But what does work, what does sell, is a brand that is going to reflect your authority, your evolution, and your unapologetic leadership. You know when you walk into a room with somebody who owns their shit, right? Like, you can feel it. And sure, that might bring judgment. Sure, that might bring people who question you, but that's all part of the game. That's part of the process. And that is where your own sovereignty, your own groundedness in what you're doing is so important. So if you are at a plateau, if your effort is feeling heavier than your results, if you are feeling like you're spinning your wheels, I want you to ask yourself this. Is your brand still carrying the frequency of where you started? Are you still playing small? Are you still holding yourself back? Because where you're going, where you are destined to be, requires a different frequency. And secondly, I want you to ask yourself, is it time to evolve into a visual and energetic presence that actually stops the scroll and commands the hell yes? This is what has changed in my business in the last 5 years. I started my business not really knowing what I was doing, right? I was bopping around and choosing all the things and going from one thing to the next and second guessing my brand and questioning whether or not people took me seriously. And then I decided, right? Like, I decided energetically and visually that I was the go-to intuitive brand designer. I was the person that spiritual entrepreneurs and visionary women sought out to bring them into the next level of leadership in their business. And although it took years to cultivate, right? It took years to kind of figure that out. It was instantaneous, the shift, the moment that I decided that my brand was going to be an industry leader. So asking yourself these two questions: is your brand still stuck in an old frequency? And is it time to evolve? You get to decide, right? Like, it's up to you. I can't force you into making yourself successful, but this is your invitation. If you are feeling like it is your time, if you are knowing that you are done with the comparison, you are done with wondering what might work and trying to follow every trend, this is your opportunity to finally align your brand, your website, and your social presence with the scale of your impact. I have limited spots in my calendar for one-on-one support with this, one-on-one done for you, done with you support. The brand incubator is my signature package. It is my signature experience. It is 12 weeks of us really getting to the heart and the soul of your brand and turning that into something that people can see and feel and resonate with a website and social media graphics to go with it. And I have very limited spots in my calendar for the end of 2025, and I will be working with only a handful of women in 2026. So if this is resonating, if you are ready to stop convincing, to stop pushing, if you are wanting to bring more clarity and resonance and the unmistakable energy of she is the one into your business, this is the opportunity for you. I'm going to put the link in the show notes. But if nothing else, I hope that this has activated you in some way to show the fuck up and to stop apologizing for being the best at what you do. So I hope that this helped you today. Please feel free to share this episode, leave a rating and review on iTunes. It helps the show grow, and I will chat with you real soon.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe wherever you are listening so you never miss a beat. For episode show notes, visit calandramartin.com/podcast. Your iTunes reviews and your sharing of the show helps us reach more magnetic bosses just like you. Until next time.